All right, so welcome back everyone to another honest review and interview. Now, if you guys are looking for the honest review, it's going to be right below this video. This is the interview. I'm here with Stephen Gilbert, going to discuss Shareify, a very cool, very fresh, and very unique method that is long overdue. We needed something like this because with all the systems out there right now, they're all promising you all kinds of money. But here's one thing they don't promise: real money, right? They promise you millions, they promise you all that money. This is all about realistic income that you can do on the side, get paid and reinvest it or scale it, like we'll talk about in this interview, or all kinds of things you can do. But it's realistic income. We're talking here about a few hundred to a few $1,000s a month on the side. Steven here is gonna tell everything about it, how it works, the results and everything. And I'm really excited to have here Stephen Gilbert. It's his first time here. And Stephen, how are you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm real good, actually. Just enjoying life. I've got a new baby on the way, so that's going to be baby number 2. I don't know. I'm having a blast, man. I really appreciate you having me here.
Congratulations on the baby. When
Thank you,
is it, like new news or?
October, so then it'll be here.
It's going to be in October.
Yeah. She was conceived, or well, I don't know if it's a she yet, but it was conceived, a little human. I want to say in January, like early January. So around, kind of around New Year's, so kind of close to there.
Okay, man, congratulations.
Thank you.
And you know what? Let's just stop telling stories and just, shoot. Tell me about the product.
Sure. All right. So I always encourage my reader. I run a blog. I always encourage my readers and subscribers when they're trying to come up with ways to kind of create an online business. I encourage them to have a way to make money that doesn't cost anything. To get, with some ways online, like you got to pay for traffic or pay for websites and pay for hosting. And when you're doing that, you're literally having to take money from your real life. So imagine here's the online business, here's your real life. If you're having to constantly take money from your real life and put it into your online business, not only is that going to be very, very disheartening, that's funny, but it makes it a lot harder to succeed. Whereas if you just have everything over here and you're making money with your online business in some way, it makes it a lot easier to succeed because you don't have that stress on your real life finances. I'm always telling people to do that. So for me, when I first started, what I would do is I would type. I would pick up freelance gigs from the outsourcing sites and just type. I mean, I would type 20, 30, 40 hours a week. I mean, until my fingers, like, they just hurt. Everything hurt in my hands. And it didn't pay a lot, but it paid enough that I could use that and invest it in softwares and paid traffic, whatever. I wish I had Shareify back then, because basically what Shareify is it is exactly that. It's a way to make money without having to spend money. The difference is once you do the work once, which will take you 20, 30 minutes, is it earns passively for forever. And so we have income proof as recent as this month of this working. And the whole idea is to just put up these little Shareify machines and let them earn passively. And so we're earning anywhere between $300 a month on a slow month up to $1,900 a month during a good month. And that doesn't sound like a lot, right? But I've been running my online business for almost 8 years now, and $1,900 is more than my entire cost to run my online business. So this is just a great way to get the capital you need to, maybe buy that software you want, or increase your web hosting, or pay for traffic, or test out different methods. It's a great way to get that capital and not have to, work an additional 20 or 30 hours a week typing like I had to do. Now, obviously, you can spend this money on whatever you want. and that, you know, that's up to you. But I would always encourage people to reinvest it. So with Shareify, it really just enables people, whether they have zero, you know, a ton of online experience or absolutely none. I mean, none. It allows them to make money because you don't need a website. You don't have to worry about traffic. That's all taken care of for you. You don't have to worry about SEO and learning all that technical, complicated stuff. And you definitely don't have to worry about paid ads. And I'll use an example I gave earlier. This is something that, you know, literally a 10 or 11-year-old girl could use to maybe make a little extra lunch money or something too if they wanted. It really is that simple. I mean, because there's no technical stuff involved. It's really just, it's all about, I'll give you a little sneak peek here. It's really about thinking about something you're good at and sharing that. And what we're going to do is show you how to share that and make money with it. And of course, we have a whole bunch of case study results to go along with it. And so for the 10-year-old girl example, she could share with people how she makes, you know, the perfect cool little pigtails, right? And turn that into a recurring income stream, anywhere from $5 to $20, $30 a day. So that's kind of the basic idea behind it. Is you find something you're good at, and you use the Shareify method to turn that into, you know, a recurring income stream. And what's cool about it is once you do it, that's it. It's passive from then on out. So Greg, one of our partners on this course, he's still making money from his very first Shareify machine. You know, he just put it up and he's still getting paid consistently day in and day out. So it's just a great way to get a consistent income stream going. And another cool thing about it is it also scales up as high as you want it to go. We stopped at 1900, not because we didn't want to make more, but because this is just something we're doing on the side to supplement our income and also give us some money to spend on other aspects of our business. So we're really just want to get this out to the world because we think it's going to help a lot of people and really help them succeed at this whole online thing.
Awesome. First off, it sounds good. And now here's the thing with this. This is, I would say, the sales page version. And why I'm saying this is because what I'm trying to achieve in my interviews is to get some little extra into the interview, right? So let's try. I'm going to try and extract something from you that maybe is not on the sales page, maybe something extra. So tell me a little bit about the case study. Is that possible?
Yeah, no, it's possible. So I don't know the exact niche. Okay, so because I didn't create the case study, Greg Jeffries did.
Greg did.
Right, but our case studies cover how he put up 2 Shareify machines. So basically what he did was he picked, and this is stuff you're not going to find. He picked 2 things that he either really enjoyed or was really good at. And then on the first thing, he created a video teaching people how to do that, how he does it. You know, so just think in your head if you're watching right now, what am I good at? Are you good at, you know, maybe making the best lasagna? Well, you could create a video in this particular example teaching people how to make, you know, your world famous lasagna that everyone loves and get paid for that. And the other example, he created a PDF text file because you don't have to make a video for this to work. I'm not sure on the niche, but let's just say that it could be anything, you know, maybe coding a website. And then he put that up. Well, between that, right, he was able, like those 2 Shareify machines, he was able to, in that very first month, make around $400. And what's cool about that, right, is he uploaded it, did the Shareify technique, and then that money just came in. Right now, again, it keeps coming. So he made $400 that first month from those first 2 machines. And then the next month, he was still making money from those 2 machines. So I think he made around, I want to say closer to around 200 the second month. It tends to go up and down. It's not consistent because the way that it works, right, is you upload it. And whenever you put up a new one, that's when most of the money comes in, and you kind of have your bigger months. But it never actually dies out. It never fizzles out. So what ends up happening is you start off high and it gets a little bit lower, but then it finds kind of like a middle ground and then it evens out, which you'll be able to see all that on the sales page as well when you're looking at the earnings proof. And so really, ideally, the best way to go about this would be to put up, 2 1 month to the next month, or maybe 2 1 week to the next week, and just let it go and go and go. And what's cool is he put up those two Shareify machines a year ago, and he's still making money from them. Like it never stops, because it's kind of like, I don't know if you've heard of like the gig or hobby economy. It's this idea that people want to learn new things, and that's kind of what this is all based around, is that. So people are always going to want to learn how to make a delicious lasagna or how to code a really cool website. And so that's where the whole do the work once comes in. You do the work once and you still get paid for it, even a year or 2 years later. And I mean, you can continue to do this and continue to put things out. If you run out of ideas, right? If you run out of things you're good at, it's as simple as going and learning something new off Google or YouTube, practicing it, and then turning that into a Shareify machine, and then boom, you got even more money coming in. So you can really scale this up to the level you're happy with. And of course, we'll have video proof and everything on the sales page. It won't just be screenshots. I mean, this is the real deal. And in my opinion, it doesn't really get any easier than this, because you don't have to worry about hosting any of this on your website, so you don't need a website. So there's literally zero overhead on all of it. And how many methods these days can you honestly say, well, that there's zero overhead? Because you at least always need a website or always need an autoresponder or something. With this, you don't need any of that. And even your traffic is taken care of. That's 100% free, because the places that you're putting these Shareify machines, imagine them as like an Amazon marketplace. There's always people searching on there. So somebody stumbles across your machine, they pay you, you get paid, and it's consistent, and it's just a great way, like I said, to get that ongoing revenue stream. So I hope that helps.
I love it. No, I love it. I love it that it's passive. I love it that it's realistic. That's a real big one. And I love it that it's passive, that it's realistic. And I imagine that inside, obviously, I don't imagine, I know, but inside the method, you're going to be obviously sharing all the tricks and tips needed basically to go ahead and make it effective, because you got all these mini marketplaces.
No. They have to buy the OTOs. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, absolutely. They get everything they need in the front end. Like literally everything, you're going to have, everything's laid out. And see, we've got like cheat sheets, but we've also got the over-the-shoulder videos that walk you through every single step and kind of give you the mindset to think about when you're creating. But yeah, you're covered. You're totally covered. So yeah, awesome. Absolutely.
Awesome.
It's all in the front end. Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And how much are people expected to pay for this? Because realistically, you're talking here about a video series with a case study and cheat sheet and everything. I would imagine in today's JVZoo and WordPress Marketplace, around $47 right? Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing is we could have sold it for that, and this is gonna be such a cliche answer. We could have also sold it for $7, right? But we decided to kind of put it somewhere in the middle. We didn't want to sell it for $7, because when you look at a $7 product, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, is this really going to work, or are they just trying to take my money? You know what I mean? And we didn't want to sell it for $27, because the people that could use this the most are the people who would have trouble spending $27. You know what I mean? So we decided to just go ahead and sell it. Started off at $9.97, a little bit higher than $7, so that like, look, this is legitimate, and you'll be able to see all the results and everything on the page. But also much more affordable, so that the people that need it the most can get it and not have to worry, think, oh, it's $27. It could really help me, but I need that $27 for gas this week. You know what I mean? So we wanted to keep it kind of right in the middle to reach as many people as possible. So for the first 4 hours after it launches on April 2nd at 10, it's going to be $9.97, and ultimately you'll save $5 over the launch period. So in the early bird, you get it for $5 off. Now it doesn't go up $5 immediately, but every 6 hours after that, it goes up a quarter until it hits $14.95. Once it hits $14.95, it freezes. But on April 5th at midnight, it goes up to $27. So I mean, it is a $27 course. But we wanted to give people that could, that it could help the most, that need the money, an opportunity to get it for much cheaper. That way, they get help and can start earning, because this is really something anyone can do. Even if you don't have a computer and you're using a computer at a library, you can use this to start bringing in a passive income. And I remember when I was unemployed, getting $130 a week in unemployment, I wouldn't have been able to spend $27 on something like this. Because when I was unemployed, man, I was literally spending $1 a day on food. I lost like 26 pounds in 2 months because I was only eating once a day. I was buying a little $1 burrito from Taco Bell, and eating that. So we just wanted to make it affordable to people. And of course, I'm like you, man. I don't like all the scammy offers out there that promise the world. We're just saying, look, here's a way to make either between $300 and $1,900 per month, and that's the high range because that's our results. It tends to be a little bit higher, but there are months where it's a little bit lower, and so that's why the range is so high. But the main thing is it's a consistent passive revenue stream, and once you put up one Shareify machine, it earns continually, and you have the option of putting up as many as you want. So yeah.
Awesome, man. I love it. I'm really excited for it. I hope it will sell well for you, and obviously for the customers. I hope they will see the value in it. It's really important people see the value in it. I mean, the proof is basically go ahead and go to JV's right now, Warrior Plus, see the top sellers, get on their sales pages, get on their claims, see exactly what they're saying, and I guarantee that most of them will be overhyped, and most of them will be basically they don't reflect the results you will actually get. And in this method, we're talking here about a realistic method, income, about passive income, about a simple system on the side. I highly recommend it if you're someone who really has no time on their hands, someone who has been burned by all these products, or just someone who is looking to get started. By the way, my personal addition is that if you're someone who is making some money online, no, most of my viewers are not that, but if you are someone, go ahead and give it a try anyway, because this can pay you your expenses or your employees, or if you wanted to hire someone and you never had the money, this will help you. This is a great thing to have, in my opinion. Now, Steven, you told me about the prices. You said it's really low price. I mean, it's so low that I forgot the price. I'm telling you because, yeah, because I'm used to selling a little bit higher software and stuff like that. 37, 47, 67, and now to 9, 10, 11. This $14.95. It's really, in my opinion, a no-brainer. But once again, like you said, it's not about where I am standing right now and able to pay for 27, 37. About someone who is struggling right now. He wants to make that money. He may not have $60, $100 to pay, so that price is definitely affordable. Tell me about yeah.
No, sorry, I was agreeing with you. You want me to tell you about the OTOs?
Yes, definitely, for sure. Okay. Tell me about them and about the prices.
Okay, so OTO 1 is kind of all our OTOs are complimentary. If you ever buy a product and it's not necessarily with softwares, but at least with info products, and you need the OTOs to succeed with it, just go ahead and get your money back on the front end, because anyone that's going to that's going to bait and switch you and get you in the door for a low price and then say, oh, well, you need this for it to actually work. I mean, they're jerks. First of all, they're assholes.
Yeah.
And second of all, they don't have your best interests. So our OTOs are just complementary. They're meant to kind of help you either succeed faster or make a little bit more money. So OTO 1 is going to show you how to scale up and make even more money than the results we have listed on the page. It comes with, different places you can create Shareify machines so that you can take one Shareify machine and have it in, 3 or 4 different places. And each of those places are each going to be sending you, continual money. Along with that, I believe it comes with a case study. But basically the whole idea behind it is you're going to be able to make more money and just kind of get better results. Now that's going to cost $27. The second OTO, and this one is just as optional as well, is our done for you OTO. So this one is meant to save you time, kind of guide you in the right direction for certain parts of the process. It comes with, done for you, I say niche ideas, but there's really not niches with this. It's more of like Shareify machine ideas. So it's got those. It's got for lack of a better word, I'll call it an ad template, even though this has nothing to do with ads. But obviously, when you're in these marketplaces, you need to tell people what you're going to be teaching them. And so we've kind of perfected a way to tell them that encourages them to go ahead and pay you so that you get that income coming in. So it's almost like a sales page template, but I don't even want to call it a sales page because it has nothing to do with creating your own product. But really what it is we're just giving you a template that you just kind of fill in the blank and you'll be able to just put that up and be done with it. And then know that when someone visits that page, you have everything in place to encourage them to buy. And it's the exact same way we do it. It's the exact, we're not holding anything back here. The other thing you get, you got the niches, you got the ad template. Oh, the other thing you get is the done for you machine creator. Now it's not a software or anything, but what it is it basically walks you through how to create the perfect machine, right? So there's kind of 2 parts to it. You got the front end part that people see before they pay you, and then you got the back end part where you're delivering how to do whatever it is you're sharing with them, whether that's the brownies, the lasagna, or the coding. It could be anything. Well, the done for you creator part kind of it gives you the structure to creating like how to create it in a way that people will enjoy it, and also do a couple more advanced things like encourage them to share it with their friends so that if somebody picks it up and they share it, well, you may get another potential $5, $10, $15 out of it. So that part of it is meant to kind of just give you the structure of your machine so that you can present the information in the correct way and the way that the people have come to expect. Because another aspect of this whole thing is there's like a review system in place. So you just want to make sure that your course, your Shareify thing, whatever you're teaching them is set up in a way that it gets you the highest reviews possible. And so there's obviously a best practices for that, which is exactly what led us to create that, so that exactly what order to present, whatever it is you're trying to share. So that's that package. It's $37. Just to recap, it's got
That's great. No, yeah, it's for $37. It's really good value.
Yeah,
really,
yeah.
In my opinion.
Well, yeah, and I almost regret having it at $37 because I was like looking at it a couple days ago and I was like, well, this is actually worth more because we take care of since I don't have a better word for it, the little ad copy. We take care of the structure for your Shareify machine, so you know how to present it. You get everything you need to just make sure you're doing it the right way. and that's $37. Then the last OTO is our coaching pack. So Greg is the person who has really just perfected this and came up with the method. You're going to get 4 weeks of one-on-one coaching with him. It's $67. So you're going to have personal access to him just in case you have any questions or need any help. I mean, with the front end, you not only get the course, but you get the Facebook mastermind and everything else. So you'll have to decide if the coaching is right for you. But the coaching, I think what makes the coaching beneficial is, Greg told me he's going to be sharing like kind of more advanced strategies he didn't include in any of the OTOs or in the front end. Now, obviously, you can do this and be successful with it with just the front end. I would not even have my name involved with this if that wasn't the case. But the coaching is more so for people who just want to make sure everything's done right. They want to learn those kind of advanced tricks to making money and making it fast and scaling it up and all that stuff. And they just want to have literally the guy who created the kind of method right there to help them when they need it. So it's 4 weeks and it's $67. It's not a group coaching. It's literally one-on-one. So
it's funny. You're saying one-on-one coaching for 67. Just 3 hours ago, I was in a call with someone, and we were discussing a funnel, and a potential funnel for a potential launch, and we were like discussing a third upsell, and it was supposed to be, we decided not to, but it was supposed to be coaching, right? And it's coaching one-on-one, 6 weeks. Weekly calls or something like that. I don't remember. Yeah, weekly calls with a group, 6 weeks. And I brought up the idea of having a coaching in funnel. And he says, okay, let's charge $997. I'm like, yo, that's not going to happen, man. I mean, in the launch. And he's like, well, I can't go any lower. The lowest I can go is $780. Birds. $780. And I'm like, okay, that's not gonna happen, man, because I don't think people who will purchase for 37, 47, and maybe with a webinar or something like that, but forget it. We want to have a congruent and normal funnel, and it's like he said, I cannot go any lower. That's too cheap for me.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And you're telling me $67.
Yeah. Well, we see. So there's multiple parts when it comes to releasing a product to the world, and the reason we're able to charge it so low is because all of that money that goes to the vendors whenever there's a sale made for that particular OTO, it's going to the guy who's coaching, and it's still not much, but it was actually his idea to include it. So he just he doesn't mind that it's not much money. I mean, we won't be getting any portion of that sale. It'll all be going to him and to the affiliate and whatnot, but he's coming from a place of wanting to help people.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
That's exactly what we. The person I was talking right now with the coaching, he has a friend, right, which is actually the person who's doing the coaching, the person with all the knowledge, right. And I was discussing with, let's say, his boss, quote unquote, because not his boss, but I can't find a better term. So he says that the other person basically has to charge that, at least that, and that other person actually charges normally $10,000 for the same coaching, and he wanted to reduce it to a minimum of $780 just because he wants to help people. So sometimes coaches, I know most coaches not, but sometimes these coaches just want to help people, right? And they reduce their price significantly. Now, let's be realistic here, right? He charges very little for good coaching. And he's going to deliver on that coaching, right? And obviously, eventually, this is to build his brand, right? To build this brand, and he's going to get paid. You understand?
Yeah, no, yeah, that makes sense. I didn't think about it like that. The other thing is, doing the Shareify method is just so easy that I think he kind of expects that people who take the one-on-one coaching are kind of just going to use him as like a, hey, do I need to do this? Do I need to do that next kind of thing? Because this isn't hard, you know. You may go out and buy, I don't know, an SEO course, for example, and you're reading it and you're like, holy crap, I don't know what that word means. I don't know what that word means. And you're like having to like look up each word while you're going through it. You know, that's a headache. But Shareify is just so simple and easy to do that anyone can do it. If you already have an income stream and you're advanced, this is a great separate revenue stream for your business. If you're not making any money and you don't even know what the term SEO means, you can still take this and make money with it, because there's no techie stuff. There's no, you know, nothing. It's like maybe you're, you know, a 45-year-old male who's good at woodworking. Well, you can create a Shareify machine over that. You can literally create it over everything. You could create one over pottery if you wanted. Or maybe you're a tech nerd. You could create one over how to build a website or how to graphically design an image. I mean, it's literally any possible thing you can think of. We're going to show you how to turn that into a Shareify machine and turn that into a passive revenue stream. So yeah, it's great for everyone. So I think the other aspect of it, he's not expecting that it's going to be hard for people to learn.
Yeah, so he's not expecting a lot of work, basically.
Exactly. So, you know, it's $67 basically to have your own pocket coach. You know, you just kind of message him when you need him. Now, you know, there will be calls and stuff when you want them, but, you know, it's just like, it's already such an easy thing to learn and do that you guys will honestly be like, wow, how have I not heard of this? And why have I not done this before? You know, because the sooner you set up your machine, the sooner you're going to start earning. So
awesome, man. So Shareify, man, exciting opportunity for so many people. I think, I hope this will sell well. I hope people will see the value. I mentioned it in the beginning. And I hope you guys will, you know, make this launch a success, because it deserves the attention. Some launches, unfortunately, get attention. And we just spoke about, I'm not going to mention the name, but we just spoke about it just before the interview, right? About a launch that's probably going to get more attention than it deserves. And so you have all these launches, and I hope yours is going to get the attention it deserves and more.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Awesome, man. So I'm basically ready to wrap this up. For anyone who has any questions about this, make sure you ask them right here in the YouTube video. If you're watching on my bonus page, I got a comment section right there. You can email me as well. For my honest review, where I actually go through the system and share my opinion. And my opinions are usually, you know, they're very hardcore. You know, I always say what's on my mind, so that's great. You'll see the review. It's going to be right here. And from, you know, from a point of view of someone who is already making money online, it is something I can be proud of promoting, really proud of promoting, even though, you know, I don't need this method for myself. I don't see myself going ahead and start doing this, but I will try it out. And, you know, this is for anyone. I would say if you're making like the big bucks, maybe you would not be interested in it. But I also imagine, Steven, that that's not your target market for this one.
Right. We're just trying, you know, it's like something like over 95% of people quit, you know. And if they just knew how simple it was to even just get a few bucks coming in, that, you know, they could use that to not only fund their business, but use that as motivation to continue and not give up. Because, I mean, let's be honest, if you try anything for 3 months or whatever, and you're not getting results, of course you're going to quit, you know? But with Shareify, I mean, the results are pretty much guaranteed. Like the traffic's everything's taken care of, and it doesn't get simpler than this. So yeah, we're really just trying to reach the people that, one, need money, and two, want a guaranteed way to make it. You know, none of our claims are outlandish. All of our proof is legitimate.
Exactly.
So, you know, it's just meant to you know, show people just how easy it can be when you think outside of the box.
And it is. Awesome, man. So once again, I mentioned all the questions and everything else. I'm ready to wrap this up.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Sorry.
Everyone, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure, and, you know, bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.